this is a picture of the new zoned energy rating label. I'll spend a bit of time going through the different sections in this. There's a lot more information on this label than there was on the previous energy rating label. So, same as on the old label, there's a section which tells you what the brand and the model number of the unit you are, so customers can be sure that they're looking at the same unit as the one that they're thinking they're looking at. There's still the cooling capacity number in kilowatts, which is the cooling capacity if the outside temperature is 35 degrees. This number is directly comparable to the cooling capacity on the old energy rating label. The top 7 degree heating capacity number is again in kilowatts and is directly comparable to the heating capacity on the old energy rating label. But now we also have the 2 degree capacity. So on the old label, manufacturers and installers and importers could choose to disclose this information, but most of them didn't. But now, under the new determination and with the new label, testing at 2 degrees is mandatory. So you will see this number on the label. I've got some slides in a few that will go into more detail about the 2 degree number, why it matters and when you use it. So one of the main things that's different is we've gone to a zoned system. So there are 3 climate zones that have been determined for Australia, which is the hot zone, which covers Brisbane, Darwin, sort of the Pacific Island areas. The average zone, which covers most of the middle of Australia, but you'll notice that a lot of the major population centres look like they're on the border of a zone. So both Perth, Adelaide and Sydney are all in the average zone, even though they look like they could be in the cold zone. And then you've got the cold zone, which covers Canberra, Melbourne, and all of New Zealand. So what we now have is we have a star rating for both heating and cooling, and crucially, an electricity use for heating and cooling shown in each zones. So what this highlights is how the unit will perform in different climatic conditions. And unlike the old label where you just have a capacity and no indication of how much energy the unit would use, this label gives an indication of how much energy it's likely the unit will use. And noise ratings are now shown for the first time. So you'll see an indoor and an outdoor noise rating. So this is rated at full capacity. So predominantly the most units that are sold in Australia are inverter units, and inverter units are almost never running at full capacity. So while it does say that, for example, this unit will be running at 59 decibels outside, it's rare that it's going to be that for long. But it is the maximum capacity, the maximum noise that it will show at full capacity.